We are live. Welcome to episode 10 of the High Slot Podcast. I'm here today, as always, with the boys, Bob Deuce.
How are we?
Snipsky.
Yes, sir.
Our behind-the-scenes guy, Jay Butts.
How you doing, boys?
And myself, Andrew Coco Curry. The boys got a new look today. We got the fresh jerseys that just rolled in. Bob, you want to show those off?
Absolutely.
Bob and Snipsky.
Hey, Vinny. Oh, with the little,
See the names on the back.
Hey.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Snipsky.
Snipsky, Finney.
Yeah, so if
Snipsky.
anyone's interested in their own custom jersey, just hit us up. DM on Instagram, Twitter, whichever's easiest for you. We'll get you your own custom high slot jersey. How you boys feeling today? We had a bit of a night last night.
Yeah, to say the least. If everyone is following our socials and everything, we partied a little bit with the Boston Pride last night. Congratulations on back-to-back Isabel Cups.
Back to back.
And hell of a game last night too, boys. 8-1 win for the Bees. And yeah, it was a great night. Definitely still feeling it. How about you, Vinny? What's up?
Hell of a night last night for the boys. Raised the Isabel, up in the rafters too. Nice seats. Hell of a win for the Bruins. 8 goals for the Bruins. Yeah. Jesus. But yeah, no, the boys didn't have to work yesterday. I got up and at them, roughed it out, but I'm here.
Yeah, Snipsky was a trooper. What was it, like midnight? Snipsky's like, boys, I got to catch an Uber home. I got work in like 4 hours. I was like, yeah, I banged out at 5 o'clock. But yeah, boys had themselves a night. We ended up at the Bees game last night with the Pride. Shout out the Pride for the hospitality. We got to see the Izzy Cup in person. And yeah, she's even more beautiful in person. Shout out Colleen Coyne, the president of the Boston Pride. She was good to us. She took care of the boys last night. But yeah, back to back for the Pride. Boys had themselves a night.
Absolutely.
We want to officially announce our new sponsorship with At Ease Barbershop. I'm sure some of you might have seen on social media already. Our guy Linsky over at Ease posted the one chip challenge video and announced the official sponsorship with Butts. What's the deal with that one chip, dude? That looks absolutely miserable.
Dude, so I had dinner before that, and within 10 minutes, I was literally over the throwing up. Whole body was so hot. I don't recommend it with anyone. I don't know how Linsky did that haircut.
Yeah, it was actually really impressive. He went was it 35 minutes straight without anything?
Literally without a single sip of anything.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Insane.
The haircut came out pretty good. So
They gave Craig the fresh mullet.
yeah.
I told him he should have just shaved it.
Imagine.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, and he's like hurting wicked bad. He's just taking his anger out on his hair.
Craig did to me, dude.
Yeah,
right.
Craig did you foul, dude.
Dirty, bro.
Yeah, Butts looks like he had a rough time with that one chip challenge. Linsky, yeah, he toughed it out. He gave a whole haircut after taking down the chip. What's that thing called?
I forget what it was called,
Dude,
but it's like the one chip challenge on social media.
It's like the hottest,
it's like a million something imbeciles.
Oh,
It
dude.
was nuts.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me to do that shit, dude. I'm all set. But yeah, so the official sponsorship with Addie's Barbershop. So before we get into the hockey talk, we should have a quick word from our sponsor. So have you looked in the mirror lately and thought to yourself, wow, I look like a bum? Then head over to Addie's Barbershop, located in Quincy, or their brand new location that just opened up in Stoughton. Go see our guy Linsky and other certified master barbers who are all able to do all different types of hairstyles and haircuts. They have serviced many different types of hair textures, and there's nothing that they cannot do when it comes to barbering. They offer their clients a wide range of services from straight razor shaving, hairstyling, beard grooming, and even eyebrow trimming for those of you with those bushy brows. They also specialize in fresh fades, tapers, designs, mullets, business cuts, men's regulars, and plenty more. To avoid those long waits and lines, book your appointment now at www.ateasebarbershop.com. Go over to Addie's Barbershop today. Our guy Linsky will have you looking good and feeling good so you can be wheeling and dealing on a Friday or Saturday night, if you know what I'm saying. So that's Addie's Barbershop. Go ahead over to them. Get yourself a fresh cut. Linsky's our guy. He'll take care of you.
I might have to go over there, man. I got to tame the mane I got going. I haven't got a haircut. I haven't had a haircut in 7 months.
Dude, he kills it.
Yeah, I know. I've seen all of his haircut videos and stuff. I'm like, all right, this kid's legit. I got to go over and definitely see what's good.
give myself a pat on the back there for that ad read and
Yeah.
not butchering that. That was a long one.
Dude, I definitely would have stuttered like 7 times during that.
It's a little nervous. I was a little nervous, not gonna lie.
Over under stutters for Barley, like 6.5.
Yeah.
Maybe over.
Yeah, so bury that over.
So why don't we get into the hockey talk? So one of, if not the hottest team in the NHL right now, is the Minnesota Wild. They've won 7 straight games, and they look as solid as ever. We talked about it last week with our deadline podcast. They just acquired Marc-Andre Fleury at the deadline. Fleury's 2-0 since joining the team. What's our thoughts on the Minnesota Wild as of late? Are they back?
Yeah, ever since they got Flower, definitely lit a fire under Cam Talbot's behind, because he definitely wasn't really producing after the All-Star break. He was an All-Star this year, obviously, and he just posted a shutout like right after they got Flower. Flower comes in, does his job, and everyone's just rallying around him. And everyone that at the deadline that they picked up have been producing well.
Yeah, the Wild, like, they kind of hit like a rough patch before the deadline, and their goaltender was kind of letting them down, Kokkinen, and then they sent him to San Jose, was it?
Yeah. Just the same.
Yeah. He was actually there. I said on prior pods that I liked both Talbot and Kokkinen, and then they just like fell off right after the All-Star break, both of them. But yeah, like Bob said, getting Fleury was a game changer for Talbot, because it's like, hey, whose net is it going to be come playoff time? And they're both competing.
Yeah, I know we've preached before the importance of having 2 solid goaltenders, especially as you head into the playoffs. Like, if one goalie's not playing well, then you turn it over to the next guy, and hopefully they step it up. But yeah, I think it was right around the deadline, dude. The Wild looked as good as ever. And then kind of post-deadline, they kind of were struggling for a bit. I think, Cam Talbot wasn't playing his best. But yeah, since they grabbed Fleury, like Bob said, he's kind of had a fire lit under his ass. Shut out in the first game. So it's always good to have some competition, kind of keep you in check. Like, Talbot probably got a reality check and was like, my job isn't safe right now. And, Fleury's going to come in. He's going to do his thing. Fleury's got the 4th most playoff wins in NHL history, so he's going to be a big key for them in the playoffs. And I don't know if you guys saw, I think it was his first or second game. He was the first star of the game, and when he came out, the fans threw flowers on the ice for him after the game.
Right,
That's unreal.
It's pretty cool to see. He got a warm welcome in Minnesota. I'm sure they were fired up that they got Fleury. And I don't really think anyone saw that trade coming, by the way.
No one did. And yeah, he's a legend, man. Having a future Hall of Famer and in the net for you is that you're definitely going to play in front of him and try to win every night, be way more competitive, because now they definitely believed before, but now with this, they definitely believe they can make a run for it.
I mean, they're as legit a contender as anyone, especially in the West. I know Colorado's going to be a tough team to beat, but dude, Minnesota, them in a 7-game series, that team is tough, dude. They're gritty. They have the skill. Now they got the goaltending. Billy G knows what he's doing over there, man. Billy G.
I was going to say, Billy Guerin, he knew the weakness on this team. That's why he didn't really make any other moves, because they're solid in the back end and their forwards are nasty. So, they were just really missing some experienced goaltending. Like you said, 3 cups for Fleury, is it?
Yeah.
And, he can get you there. And he was on a bad team. He goes to a playoff team. You're going to get more out of him than the Blackhawks would.
Absolutely. So another team that has been surprisingly hot is the Buffalo Sabres. 1 year ago today, the Sabres were on an 18-game winless streak. Now the surging Sabres are on an 8-3-2 roll this month. Buffalo's on the cusp of missing the playoffs for an NHL record 11th straight season, but their play as of late has finally given the fans something to be excited about. What's your boys' thoughts on the surging Sabres?
Yeah, ever since the trade deadline, Peyton Krebs, Alex Tuch, great additions. They've been absolutely just lighting up the score sheet ever since they went to Buffalo. I honestly, it definitely caught me by surprise a little bit. They got Olofsson back as well. He was hurt for a while. He's been scoring. He has an absolute missile of a shot. So yeah, I kind of like the future. What's going to be in the future for the Sabres for sure.
Yeah, I love the Sabres. I've been betting on them ever since that Heritage Classic.
They've been underdogs every single game.
And once I saw them on the Heritage Classic beat the Leafs, I was like, oh man, they were heavy underdogs. Whoever placed a bet on them that day made a lot of money. But ever since then, I've been loving this team. Krebs, Thompson, Olofsson, Vinny Hinostra. He's been playing good too.
Yeah.
Like Rasmus Dahl on the back end, he's
Yeah.
really started picking it up. Like their goaltending's all right. They got like Craig Anderson, who is like sturdy in net for an old guy. Was he like 40? But
yeah, he's at
Yeah.
least 40.
like their
Yeah.
transition, something's brewing down up there in Buffalo. Like I said, like last pod, I think Bob mentioned it, saying I called that Buffalo might have won this trade with the Eichel. So
I mean,
it's paying off right now. Not for the Knights.
right, yeah, Knights are a completely different story. That trade, it's looking like it's in Buffalo's favor as of right now. So,
Like Tuck. Geez.
yeah, dude. So the Sabres, they've been impressive lately. They beat the Leafs twice. They beat Calgary last week. They're getting a lot of production from some of their young guys. Like you said, Tage Thompson, he just scored his 30th goal of the season tonight. Rasmus Dahlin, Jeff Skinner, Cousins. Tuck's been a huge addition for that team. The future's looking bright in Buffalo for the first time in a long time.
Oh yeah, I'd be really, really like excited if I was a Sabres fan right now. Just the way, because like the future looks bright over there in Buffalo for sure.
So the Pittsburgh Penguins became the first team in the salary cap era to score at least 11 goals in a game with their 11-2 shit pumping over the Detroit Red Wings on Sunday. The last team to accomplish this feat was the Washington Capitals back in 2003 when they pummeled the Florida Panthers 12-2. I don't know if you boys caught the game and all, but what are your thoughts on Pittsburgh's impressive showing, the 11-goal game?
Yeah, again, another team that loaded up in the trade deadline. You got Ricard Raquel. And who else did they? They grabbed someone like I think Ricard Raquel is like the big name that they signed, right? Yeah, or like not signed, traded for, but yeah, that guy isn't nasty. The whole team is just like when Malkin and Crosby are out there together, like fully healthy. Brian Russ is pretty good. Tristan Jarry like bounced back year this year. He wasn't great
He's
last
been
year.
sturdy.
And this year he's a Vezina candidate. So yeah, like the Pittsburgh Penguins are definitely going to be a tough out in the playoffs. Just the way they've been playing, they've been clicking, and they're like you can't count out of games when they lose by like 1 or 2 maybe, and they're never really blown out. I would say from what my understanding, and yeah, that was an absolute shit bump. I didn't watch the game, but like not even really surprised.
Yeah, I think the Pens, they're loading up for another cup run. But yeah, that game against the Red Wings, it was literally point night for the Penguins. Malkin had a hat trick and an assist. Crosby, Raquel, Brian Rust, Teddy Bluger, and Chris Letang all racked up 3 points apiece. And only 2 of the 18 Pittsburgh skaters who dressed for that game failed to record a point. And it was defenseman Brian Dumoulin and Marcus Pettersson. Everyone else at least had a point that night.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, like I'm not really surprised with like the high score, and their wings stink like with goalies, but like
The Wings,
struggles.
City.
Yeah. I think it has more to do with the Wings, but the Penguins, like they handling business like they should. You know, like they got 2 Hall of Famers, Malkin, Crosby, and then they added Raquel from Anaheim. That's an absolute stud.
He's crafty.
Yeah,
dude.
he's like more of a finesse guy than like he'll go out there and like he won't go out there play really that physical. But yeah, no, I like the ad for them. It's just, man, like a team like the Rangers that they're like kind of might be matched up with is like loaded up heavy, like got Cup. So it's we'll see.
Yeah, that would be an unreal playoff matchup, Rangers Pens, and it's looking like it might shape up that way. The Met is really tight right now. But yeah, that'd be a hell of a series. I feel like that one would go 7.
Oh, like 100% will go 7.
Yeah, the tilts they've had this year have been real tight.
Yeah, I've never seen like the field be so like evenly spread out than it in recent years. Like usually there's like one team who stands out and is like the heavy favorite, but right now it's like it's anyone's cup this year. It's really like who's gonna step up come playoff time.
Yep.
There's about a dozen games left in the regular season, so playoffs is right around the corner. It's going to be a hell of a Stanley Cup playoffs this year.
There's like 8 teams in the East that could win.
The East is just
It's
stacked,
loaded.
yeah.
They're loaded.
It's going to be a gauntlet coming out of the East, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
So the Calgary Flames beat the Edmonton Oilers 9-5 in a wild game in the Battle of Alberta last Saturday night. There was a lot of action in this one. It was a back-and-forth affair for majority of the game until the Flames pulled away late. Leon Draisaitl had a hat trick for the Oilers, but was -4 on the night, and Connor McDavid was also -4, which was a career worst for him. Noah Hannafin played in his 500th NHL game that night at just 25 years old. He's the 5th youngest defenseman in NHL history to reach that milestone. I know you boys were watching that Battle of Alberta. What were your thoughts on the game?
I mean, it was tough because we took the Oilers on that for the Professors of Puck, but Yeah, that was a nuts game. That reminded me of like games that I played when I like we all grew up watching like all these games obviously, and then we
It's like Quincy 67 versus Waymo Sharks, dude.
yeah, dude, that was nuts. That was like senior year. Yeah, it was like kind of a game like that. It reminded me of that kind of game, and yeah, a lot of offense. There was a lot of like big hits and everything because it's a Battle of Alberta. It's like bloodshed pretty much every night when they play each other. It's a huge rivalry, obviously, and yeah, like I don't know what the goalies were doing that day, but.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Yeah, the goal, like, they might as well have showed up with an empty net.
Just put a shooter tutor in that,
like,
dude.
the Oilers
Yeah.
the Oilers goalies is like Koskinen had 12 saves, 5 goals against, 7 saves, and then you got Mike Smith 26 saves, 4 goals, no shots against is 26, 22 saves. But yeah, no, like it might as well like not even showing up. But like they both like scored enough goals to both win the game. You know, like the Oilers still put 5 on Markstrom. But yeah, no, the Flames came to play and really buried the Oilers that night.
Yeah, that was.
Dude, after that game, Mike Smith and Koskinen should both have to register as legally blind, dude. That was horrible, dude. That performance in net.
Pile-ons.
One thing I like continue to be impressed about is the Johnny Gaudreau line, him, Lindholm,
Yeah.
and Matty Tkachuk.
Elias
They've been the
Lindholm.
best line in the NHL all year. Johnny Gaudreau and Lindholm are tied for the NHL lead plus 49 this
Right.
year.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, they were getting whatever they wanted
Yeah,
against the Oilers.
It's like Oilers would answer. You roll out Johnny Gaudreau's line, boom, goal right back up, take
you
the lead.
can't
Like,
hit Johnny Hockey.
no,
Yeah, you can't.
Like-
he's a serious Hart Trophy candidate. He could be MVP.
Yeah, he's killing it.
He's having a
Yeah.
hell of a season.
Elias Lindholm, like he just sits in the high slot, how are ya, and just rips pucks
Howie.
bar down
Dude, you-
every single time he plays. Dude, it's insane. Like if you see his goals, they're all just snipes, like top right bar down. Like the guy's an absolute missile. Like
That line's just like clicking on all cylinders, and like their second, third, and fourth line are all stacked too. But like that first line especially just been like it's like they're playing pickup hour out there, point night
Yeah.
every night.
point night.
Yeah, I heard the Flames were in on Hampus before
Dude,
we
imagine
swooped
they
in.
grabbed him.
Dude,
Holy hell.
yo,
be
that would be
fucked.
a lock for the West. Like that'd be a lock.
Yeah.
So last night we saw a bunch of milestones last night as Toronto's Auston Matthews became the first player to 50 goals this year. Connor McDavid became the first player to reach 100 points this season, and Jonathan Huberdeau set an NHL record for most assists ever in a single season by a left winger with 71 assists. It doesn't really surprise me too much because these guys have been playing at a high caliber for many years. But any thoughts on any of these milestones that were reached last night?
I'm not surprised. All those players are incredible.
Yeah, those are big names. Those are
Yeah.
household names. They've been producing for years.
Exactly. Like the Huberdeau thing, we called it like earlier in the pod. I mean, we kind of like we didn't really call it. Like I feel like it's like it was inevitable he was gonna break the record because they even said like in the beginning of the year that like, he was on pace to like just like shatter
Shatter it,
that record, and he did it. So yeah, like Huberdeau's an absolute magician with the puck. Matthews scores at will. I'm not even surprised to be honest. Like they're great players.
I mean, yeah, Matthews has 50 goals this year. It's impressive, but can he help the Leafs get out of the first round? That's really going to be the big thing. You can score as many goals as you want in the regular season, but is he going to show up in the playoffs? And that goes for really all the Leafs.
yeah, it's not just him; it's everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more impressed with Huberdeau, like with what he's done, like 71 assists. Like he's got Barkov probably on his line, and like I mean the Panthers are good, but like I feel like the Leafs are more loaded. Like there's other teams that are more loaded than the Panthers. I think with what we're talking about, like Matthews has way more help. You know what I mean? But yeah, no. The thing is, this is the more impressive thing to me, just because I think Matthews is like, yeah, okay, of course he scored 50. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised, but yeah, no, that's what I got.
Yeah, I mean, McDavid, it's just really McDavid just being McDavid at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, that too. It's like those two things are like, all right, whatever. Like we know that's gonna happen.
I mean, it just goes to show like how good McDavid is. I mean, he's called McJesus for a reason, but just like, oh yeah, another 100-point season for McDavid.
Right.
It was his fifth straight 100-point season for him.
he's nuts.
And
Yeah, he's I think he's only 2 seasons behind Gretzky. I think Gretzky has like 8 100-point seasons. Like there's like a laundry list of people that are like 5, 6, 8, like in between. So yeah, he's definitely got to break that though. 100%, dude. He still has so much left in his career.
Yeah, and then Jonathan Huberdeau, he's just, in my opinion, hands down best passer in the league right now. Like that guy's just finding guys on ridiculous passes.
Yeah.
Like he's a legit just playmaker, Jonathan Huberdeau.
A bunch of no look like spinner ammers on ET.
Yeah, they're
like,
flashy too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
So why don't we jump into the Bruins talk? It's been a while since we talked about our hometown Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins forward Taylor Hall, he was fined a league maximum $5,000 for roughing Toronto Maple Leafs defenseman Ilya Lyubushkin late in the second period of Toronto's 6-4 win over the Bees. Hall retaliated after the Russian blue liner hit him from behind near the boards. The officials then handed Hall a minor penalty. What are your boys' thoughts on this? Hall getting the $5,000 fine.
Dog shit fine. Dog shit. Like, I don't, like, you got hit from behind. Brutal hit from behind. And, dude, Will Smith, like, his slap was way more like
Violent.
Yeah, violent than that. That was like a little bit of a tap on the face compared to that.
Yeah, dude, everyone was saying it was a sucker punch.
No.
It's like, dude.
No.
He literally like face washed him maybe, like at best. And then the guy's like laying on the ground like a little fucking bitch.
Yeah, dude. Like, when I woke up in my bed and I saw that it said $5,000 fine for Taylor Hall, and I was like, for what, dude? And I like saw the video. I'm like, are you serious? Like, they're really gonna fine with that. The consistency with the player safety is like so bad.
Here's
honestly.
my thing. I know I've ranted about this before, but you got Nathan McKinnon out there getting away with goddamn murder,
Yeah,
dude. Murder. Guy hasn't been suspended, fined nothing all year. He's slashing officials. Like, and then you're gonna find like Taylor Hall, who's known to not be a physical player whatsoever. Like, obviously he's pissed. He got ran from behind right in front of the boards.
And we were losing too.
Could have been a crucial injury. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that was kind of a scum play. They don't call anything on that. Like, yeah, of course he's gonna retaliate, but like, I don't know. It wasn't a sucker punch like everyone's saying. And the fact that he
that's
got
all the Leafs fans are saying.
he got $5,000 fine, like, that's a joke, dude. It's laughable.
Yeah, the Leafs fans probably called the cops after that happened. Yeah, no, I hate it because, like, honestly, he had his glove on. He just kind of like face washed him a little bit. You know what I mean? From behind, he like came. It was not a sucker punch. That is so. If he took his glove off with a bare hand and hit the guy in the face, fine. But this is the NHL. Guys legit fist fight each other and like dance, like, and actually hurt each other. Like, he had his glove on. He like gave him a little face wash. So Buskin falls, like plays up the part, like, oh, I got hurt or what.
Yeah.
Like, Halsey has no legit like. He's never been suspended. That one play earlier this year with McKinnon, it was a bang bang play. Like, it wasn't like he did that on purpose.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, like, you're gonna fine this guy $5,000. This guy doesn't fight anyone. Like, he's not a dirty player. Like,
I mean, you hit someone from behind. What do you expect them not to, react at all?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
yeah, no, I maybe it's a Bruins reputation thing with Marchand on the team or something. But Halsey, like, that's the last guy I thought he would get fined.
Imagine if Marchand did that instead of, oh my God.
It just baffles me, dude. Literally, McKinnon, like, guy's getting away with murder. He's mugging people out on the ice. No suspension.
When he slashed the ref.
Yeah,
Dude, like, that was blatant. Like, he wasn't like trying to hit like the other center.
I was legit shocked when I saw that footage. I was like, how is this dude not like suspended for like 20 games?
yeah. I mean, whatever.
He
$5,000.
acts like a psycho. out
$5,000
there,
is
too.
like a little slap on the wrist, dude, and Halsey can probably wipe his ass with that $5,000. But like, still,
Yeah.
dude, the fact that he even got anything from that, if that was a suspension, we would have rioted. We would have been at NHL headquarters, dude, the next day.
Yep.
We would have went down there personally. I'd been like, I want Bettman's head right on a stake, dude.
Yeah, no, it's confusing.
Yeah, I
To
know.
lie
There's no
even,
consistency. And we've talked about it before, so I won't continue my rant here.
Right.
But this always fires me up, dude. The consistency that the league is handing out, these fines and suspensions, it's a joke.
I think they're doing it on purpose to get a rise out of us right now. There's more people talking about it.
Why don't we talk about the Bruins play? Because the Bees have been buzzing lately. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're currently the wild card 1 for the playoffs, but they're only like a point or 2 behind both Tampa and Toronto. So they could get as high as the 2 seed before the season ends. They had won 4 in a row, beating Winnipeg, Montreal, Tampa, and the Islanders before that 6-4 loss to the Leafs on Tuesday. But then last night, when the boys had the boots on the ground, the Bees bounced back in a big way with an 8-1 rout of the New Jersey Devils. What's your guys' thoughts on the Bees' play as of late?
Yeah, I mean, other than that Leafs game, we've been playing unbelievable. I love what the team looks like right now. You got You got Lindholm back there, letting McAvoy. Sturdy, letting McAvoy do his thing. Go up in the play, be more creative offensively. Obviously, you got McAvoy that he still plays good defense as well, but you got Lindholm to be a security blanket back there. Bruce Cassidy just like making a cocktail out of the offensive core, looking great. And also, I'm gonna add onto here like the third line. You got the blue collar line. You got
your hard hat.
Yeah, you get your hard hat and lunch pail out because you got Charlie Coyle as the foreman calling the shots. You got Craig Smith with the forklift, moving everything around, and then you got T. Freddie with the jackhammer out there, like getting the work, getting in the corners, getting the work. So the blue collar line, and they've been producing at a high level. I love to see it.
That line's been grinding. Love their play lately.
Yeah, they turned into the heartbeat of the Bruins, like the Merlot line back in 2011, like the Greg Campbell, Sean Thornton or whatever. You know what I mean? I love it because Charlie
Danny
Coyle.
Paille.
I love Charlie Coyle on the third line. Like he screams like hard hat guy, and then he goes out there and scores and even though we had Bergie out for a game or two, we had a couple guys filling. I think it was Studnicka one game, and then we had Halla in there. And honestly, didn't really miss a beat that much. I thought it'd be worse, but the one thing I had is the Toronto game 6-4. The defense was so bad.
Yeah, they got exposed a little bit.
No, they've been playing great, but that's a legit team you might see in the playoffs. And it's just I want to point out Carlo. It was a tough game for him against Toronto.
Grizzlick
but and Clifton, I think they were just screwing around with the pairs a little bit. They were trying to split up Lindholm and McAvoy, and they were trying to spread it out a little bit, but I think you just keep those two together and just ride them.
Yeah, I mean, that third line is really going to determine how far this team can go in the playoffs. What you're going to get out of your big guns like Bergie, Marchand, Pasta. They're going to produce night after night. But can we get the consistency that we've been seeing from that line? You said the Coyles, the Fredericks, Halla. If those guys can keep producing, there's no reason the Beast can't go back to the Cup because they're deep. It's just it's going to rely on their play lately.
Yep.
We saw last night rookie Mark McLaughlin get into the mix. The BC kid got his first start last night, and he buried. First goal, the Bill Ricca native, hometown kid. He buried one last night. Who knows what that kid's role is going to be down the stretch. The Bruins also honored Tuukka Rask before last night's game. And they just announced this morning he's going to serve as the Bruins corporate ambassador and possibly help coach Bruins goalie Jeremy Swayman. So he's still going to be involved with the team. I guess Tuukka and Swayman had a pretty good relationship throughout the season. He's been a mentor to him, so they're gonna keep him around. Swayman had a lot of good things to say about Tuukka, and vice versa. Tuukka said kind of one of the reasons why Tuukka was I need to hang him up is Swayman. He was he's I can't be out there 60%. When I got a guy like Swayman there, I'm taking time away from him. So he kind of reflected on himself.
That injury, that hip, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one to come back
from. You got to be athletic in that, and if you're not 100%, it's...
Yeah, I know we bashed Tuukka in the past, but, I mean, when he came out and kind of revealed all this, it kind of made me think a little bit differently about Tuukka. But, I mean, I'm glad he's going to stick around. He literally said what his role is going to be. He's I'm just going to be, playing golf, hanging out with the business guys. It was dude, living the life, dude.
Making six figures, Yeah,
I like that a lot, though, because obviously Tuukka was an unbelievable goalie. He had a bunch of stats to show it. Yeah, that's great. If he wants to mentor him, that's unbelievable because obviously, like I said, he was a great goalie, and Swayman is already almost at that elite level. He's on his way up there, and with Tuukka in his ear, telling him what to do and how to handle certain situations. I like the way this is going.
Yeah, he one piece of advice. He was don't get too high, and then don't get too low, and you have a bad game. So I think that's gonna be good for Swayman to have someone to go to, especially down the stretch and come playoff time here when the pressure is kind of a little bit heavier on you. He's gonna have Tuukka to right by his side.
Yeah, and also with Ullmark as well. Ullmark is a little seasoned too. He's been in the league for a little bit, and they have a great relationship as well, as you see, every time they win, the hugs and everything. So I like I just like how the team's going right now. I think right now we're trending in the way we have to be trending, And especially going into playoffs. Playoffs is right around the corner, so I like the way it's going.
Yeah, Swayman, like he doesn't look like anything really bothers him too much. You know,
Yeah.
like when he lets up a goal, he never hangs his head really. You know, like he's just a happy-go-lucky guy. I think in there. You know.
Yeah, it's the vibe I get from him. And he had a little tough game against Toronto the other night, but yeah, like you said, he kind of just brushes it off and is like, whatever, I got to get the next one. That's like the mentality you have to have as a goaltender. Like you can't be short-minded or like get in your head, or you're just you're gonna struggle, right? Because next thing you know, another one's by you, and then another one, and it's like, no, one gets by you, so what? You got to focus on the next shot.
You just got to final score. Just hope you win. You know what I mean? It all winning heals everything. You know.
Yeah, you can't be a mental midget.
You let up 4, your team scores 5. You know, like you got the win.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just keep them in.
Yeah, so Bees, I'm looking forward to the playoffs. Right now, it looks like they're going to get Florida. In my personal opinion, I don't mind that matchup for us. Florida, nothing against them. They're a great team, strong team. They're without Ekblad right now. Big loss for them. So, I mean, I think he's supposed to be back for the playoffs, but still, what's his status going to be health-wise? Is he going to be 100%? I think we match up a little better against the Panthers. Yeah, they're loaded up front too. I just think we can match up with them. We can play a little more physical with them. I don't want to see Tampa, if I'm being honest. I do not want to see Tampa in the playoff just because, they can play however in the regular season, but then come playoff time, Tampa just like flips a switch. And it's like, all right, we're back to, the cup team that we once were. Like they may not be as deep this year, but still, like I want
that's the one thing.
I want no part of Tampa. Cooper's unreal coach. Like he's gonna have his boys ready.
They're back-to-back cup champs for a reason.
Yeah, right. So I definitely don't want to run into that buzzsaw. And I wouldn't mind facing Toronto. I'll take Toronto all day. Yeah, they beat us up last night, but when it comes playoff time, we got Toronto's number.
We're heavy. We're like on the back end, like we can bully them.
Yeah, and then they have a lot of pressure on them, to get out of that first round because it's been year after year they can't get out of the first round. The pressure's on them.
The one team that we can't run into is the Canes. If we run into the Canes, we're screwed.
I think we'll avoid the Canes.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying
we wouldn't see them until Eastern Conference Finals.
But we probably if we do get that far, we're probably going to see them.
I think the Caps are sitting ducks at the second wild card.
No, they're we're pretty much locked in wild card one. Maybe on third place in the.
We're just battling with the Leafs pretty much point for point at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, and Lightning kind of, but I don't know. The Lightning. I like them, but like you said, the third line's gone that they had last couple of years. Coleman, who else they get rid of? I know their whole third line.
Yanni Gourde.
Yeah, Yanni Gourde. Yep. Yeah, no, that
Tyler Johnson, was he on the squad?
Yeah, maybe.
He's playing right now for the Blackhawks.
Yeah. So that's the one thing. But everything else seems pretty stout for them.
Yeah. So bring it on. Can't wait for the playoffs. Give us Florida. Give us Toronto. Tampa I'll wait to see them.
PTSD.
Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah, they beat us the past couple of years every time we've seen them in the second round, so I'm all set.
All right, so with the month winding down, we're going to give our nominees for this month's High Slot Player of the Month for the month of March. Bob, why don't you start us off? Who's your nominee for High Slot Player of the Month?
The handsome Swede, Roman Josi.
He is handsome.
He
man rocket.
All right, let me read off his stats right now. 13 games played in the month of March. 4 goals, 22 assists for 26 points, 8 penalty minutes, plus 14, time on ice, logging 25 minutes a game. This guy is an absolute stallion. He just locks you down defensively. As I just said, his offensive production's insane. 22 assists in 1 month, dude. 13 games played.
That led the NHL, right?
Yeah,
Had to have.
No. It's Patrick Kane at 24. Actually, no, my bad. I'm reading the wrong column. He was leading it. Yep, 22 assists. Yeah. He's one of the reasons why the Preds are even in the playoff position. So it's because I think they're wild card 2 in the West right now, and a wild card 1, either one. I know they're a wild card team, and so
I think they're 1. Yeah,
I think they're 1. I think
Dallas
Stars 2. Yep. Yeah. So
Knights choked that away.
Oh yeah. But I love my nomination. I've always loved Roman Josi, and I think he's kind of edging his way into top of the Norris talks right now with
I
Cale
was just about to
McCarr.
say, what do you think about him for the Norris? Cale McCarr might be sweating right now.
Yeah, those are two guys that two guys that are well deserved of it. Roman Josi already has a Norris under him. He won in 2019 or 2020. No, it was 2020. He won in 2020, and I wouldn't be surprised if he got a second one.
Snipsky, who you got for high slot player of the month?
Johnny Hammond Chi. Yeah, Johnny Gaudreau, man. He's unstoppable, dude. He's got 10 goals, 13 assists, 23 points this month. Nuts. He's crazy, but like that whole Calgary squad though, he's like kind of the heartbeat. I think when they get going on offense, obviously, like we were talking about earlier with Lindholm and
Kachuk.
Yeah,
that line's buzzing.
Yeah, no, you got Kachuk the Debo on the line. If you ever touch Johnny Gaudreau, you're probably dead. You're on site dead probably by Kachuk, and then Lindholm and Gaudreau just play. They just touch pass it to each other and just diddle.
Diddle.
So
Uncle Diddle.
I'll give you my high slot player of the month nominee. I'm going Patrick Kane, Chicago Blackhawks.
Kaner.
In 13 games, he had 5 goals, 21 assists, which were second for the NHL this month in assists. 26 points, which was also second in the NHL. He was +8 on a Chicago Blackhawks team that is literally putrid.
That's impressive.
So the fact that he's +8 when I don't even like how many games the Blackhawks won this month? 2. They're bad. They're really bad. This is a whole different story, but he needs to get out of there. I think I kind of hope he goes back to a contender.
Yeah, they got rid of what's his name? Brought him to Lightning. Yeah, Hagel. That's a good young. I don't know why they're selling out like that because you got those two like Hall of Famers on the team. Like it's kind of unfair.
Yeah, so Kaner's +8 this month on a terrible Blackhawks team. He averaged over 21 minutes per game as a forward. That is logging minutes.
That's
dude.
A lot of minutes.
Like 20+ minutes for a forward.
What, Kane?
Yeah, 21+. Yeah, he's out there every
they
other
got
shift.
Nobody on their team.
That's what I'm saying. He's out there power play. I don't think he kills penalties, but they're like double shifting him or something, dude. He's really their whole team right now. He's 33 years old. He's aging a little bit, but he's still silky as ever, man. Yep. Like he doesn't get talked about too much anymore just because of like how bad the Blackhawks are. That's why I had to give our boy Kaner some recognition this month. He had a hell of a month. Blackhawks just stink, so there's really not much to talk about with that team. But yeah, I'm giving Patrick Kane as my high slot player of the month nominee.
Those are 3 solid candidates.
I want to correct Johnny Gaudreau's stats. I think it's 11 and 15, 26 points. +9 too.
All 3 of those guys, they're all deserving of high slot player of the month. So we're leaving it up again to you, the fans, the listeners, to go over to our social media and cast your vote. Who do you think is deserving of high slot player of the month for the month of March? Is it the stud Roman Josi of the Nashville Predators? Is it Johnny Gaudreau from the Flames? Or is it Patrick Kane from the Chicago Blackhawks? Go over to our Twitter or Instagram to vote for this month's high slot player of the month. All right. We just want to quickly keep you up to date in the world of college hockey. The NCAA Men's Hockey Frozen Four is officially set. The semifinals are going to be Thursday, April 7th, and the national championship is going to be Saturday night, April 9th, at our very own TD Garden here in Boston. The 2 matchups will feature the Minnesota Golden Gophers versus the Minnesota State Mankato Mavericks. Battle of Minnesota there for the Frozen Four. That's going to be a hell of a game. And then the second matchup is going to be the Michigan Wolverines taking on the University of Denver Pioneers. The college teams from Mass all fought hard, but unfortunately, they came up just a bit short. UMass Lowell lost a tight one to Denver by a score of 3-2. The Scholars from Harvard hung with the number 1 overall seed Minnesota State, but lost 4-3. UMass Amherst lost a thrilling game to Minnesota. Final score was also 4-3. And UMass Amherst stud Bobby Trevino just signed with the New York Rangers, I think, today.
Yep.
Steal,
absolute steal. That kid's nasty.
Yeah, his right. Was he undrafted?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
he never got
unbelievable.
drafted. He was dirty last year in the final Frozen Four.
Yeah, he was MVP, right? Of the Frozen Four.
MOP.
Yeah, that unbelievable. He should have been a Hobie Baker nominee this year. He got robbed.
Yeah, that's nuts. I don't know how he wasn't even a finalist. I was shocked when you told me he wasn't a finalist. I was like, what?
Unbelievable.
This kid has 4 teams that are trying to sign him in the NHL.
I think the Rangers, huge steal signing Bobby Trevino. I mean, he's probably going to be in their lineup rest of the year and come playoff time.
Where are you
in
going to
my
put them? They're
opinion.
kind of deep.
They
man.
are deep, but I mean, a player of his skill level, I feel like you got to get him in the mix.
Right. Maybe a fourth.
Yeah, and then lastly, Northeastern, they lost a heartbreaker to Western Michigan, 2-1 in OT. Levi tried playing the puck behind the net. The Western Mich player intercepted it, wrapped it around. Levi sprawled back
Hell of a
and
save.
knocked it
Almost
away.
safe.
They end up reviewing it after a couple minutes, determined it went over the line. Goal. Absolute heartbreaker for Northeastern. They still don't have a win in NCAA tournament, which is shocking to me.
Northeastern? Really?
Yeah, they haven't had a win ever.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
shocking.
Oh, because they got robbed that one year for the COVID year, so they couldn't even play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that's.
They've had so much
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
success.
they've had
like,
yeah, right.
it's other than that.
That's what I felt was crazy. It's like that team's been very successful in years past, and recently they've been
Mhm.
really good.
Yeah.
So it kind of shocked me that they've never had to win the NCAA
I
tournament.
think they've been the best team in town for a couple of years.
They had 4 out of the last 5 being pots, or 3 out of the last.
Yeah, they've been
4?
ruling Boston, dude. They've been ruling it.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, tough one for Northeastern. But the good news is for Northeastern that Dunzo announced that he's going to be returning for his senior season next year. He decided not to sign with the Vancouver Canucks. He's coming back to Northeastern. He's chasing a natty. He's chasing a Hobie Baker. Dunzo is back in town.
Dunzo.
Big for the Huskies.
Let's start the Hobie Baker campaign for Dunzo,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Right
Yeah,
now.
right
Let's
now.
go.
This is it. We're going to be the number 1 supporters of the campaign for Dunzo for Hobie Baker next year.
Hey, don't worry, Dunzo. Your high slot jersey's coming soon. It's coming. It's on its way.
Hell yeah.
Yep, we got it. It's being printed as we speak. They also grabbed a transfer from Merrimack. He's going to be a grad player. Liam Walsh, if I'm correct, was
Big
his name.
pickup.
Yeah,
I've seen his highlights.
he looks good.
He posts like a hype video of him going Northeastern, and that kid is sick.
Yeah, he wants to play with Dunzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be chasing
He's
a natty.
Dunzo, the recruiter.
Unfinished
He's the GM of the Northeastern Huskies.
Unfinished business for Dunzo, dude. I love that move for him. He could have went to Vancouver. Probably could have played the rest of the season with them there. I mean, he's a great player, especially on the power play. That kid is
Oh, hell yeah.
buries power play goals.
1T on the
but
wing.
I think he made the right decision. Come back to Northeastern, get your degree. Think of life after hockey because that's what you got to think of those things. You're not going to be able to play hockey the rest of your life.
Hey, he finishes the year, senior year, he gets to sign wherever. Did you just say that? Or?
So I think Vancouver will still have his rights for
okay.
next year, and then he can decide whether to sign with them or not. We'll see. I'm sure he hasn't even thought about that yet. I think he's just pumped that he's going to be staying in Boston.
We'll be the first to know.
Yeah, we'll let you know. That's for sure.
Hopefully.
We'll let you all know what
Tune into the high
what
slot.
Dunzo's next move is.
Tune into the high slot if you guys want to know where Dunzo's going next.
Dunzo wanted me to let everyone know that he's a big Biebs guy. He was at the concert that night. I saw his Insta story.
He's a huge believer. He loves Biebs.
Believer. All right. Moving on to our final and favorite segment. We're going to head over to the gambling corner and highlight some key matchups to end the week, as well as provide our analysis and give you some of our best bets for these games. To recap last week's records, Bob went 3-3, Snipsky stole the week 5-1, and I went 4-4. I was 4-1 heading into the last game on Sunday night. I tripled down the Panthers. They completely screwed me. So I ended up 4-4 in the week. I was 1 game away from a big week. So to highlight the season standings, I'm currently 33-32. I got to pick it up. I'm barely 500 here. Snipsky's in the lead right now, 34-26. Bob's right on his tail though, 33-24.
Yeah, me and Vinny are a barn burner lately. Like every week we're just tailing each other back and forth.
All right, so why don't we highlight some of these matchups? Looking at Friday night, we got a 9 p.m. game. It's the St. Louis Blues in the Edmonton Oilers. This one's in Edmonton. Edmonton's 38-25-5 on the year, 22-12 at home, 7-2-1 in their last 10. They've won 2 in a row. St. Louis is 37-20-9 on the year, 16-11-5 on the road, 5-3-2 in their last 10. They started to pick it up lately. They've won 2 in a row. We got the Blues. We got the Oilers. What do you boys think?
I don't like the way the Blues have been playing lately. And I feel like every single time I pick against the Oilers, they bite me in the ass a little bit, to say the least. But yeah, I'll go Oilers here. I think just because big playoff push. But also, you can say it for the Blues too. But I think the Oilers are gonna, especially it's a home game for them as well. So I think they'll win that game. I think they'll pull it out.
Blues, baby, let's go Blues.
Vinny loves the Blues.
Yo, I love the Blues. They betting wise, love them. The Oilers are soft. They don't play the same style. I like the Blues, the way they play, like just their style of play. They're just bully ball. Oilers play a little soft. And their goaltending's not that great. If St. Louis has Ville Husso in that, I think they're gonna win definitely.
This one's tough. Everything on paper tells me to take the Blues here. They have the better, defensive pairings, better goaltending. Edmonton's been an absolute mess on the defensive side of things. But Edmonton at home is pretty rock solid. 22-12 on the year at home. 7-2-1 their last 10. They've actually been playing pretty well. I think they bounce back after that embarrassing loss against the Calgary Flames in the Battle of Alberta. They got to tighten it up defensively. That was atrocious, letting up 9 goals, and they were just like back to back to back. Like they weren't doing anything to stop Calgary. So I'm gonna have to roll with the Oilers here. Blues just, I don't know. They look like a depleted team lately. Just something about the Blues. I don't like them. I know they're a strong team, but just I don't like the Blues for some reason.
Yeah, they're
like not flashy. I don't know. I'm going Oilers. That's my pick.
Yeah, I just don't like that. I don't like how the Blues have been playing lately, but you never know. They might surprise us, but I don't know. Yeah.
All right, moving on to Saturday. We got a Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock game. It's a good tilt. We got the Pittsburgh Penguins going to Colorado to take on the Avs. Colorado leads the league in points. They're 48-14-6. 27-4-3 at home. 7-2-1 in their last 10. They've won 2 in a row. Pittsburgh, 41-18-10 on the year, 22-8-5 on the road. They're pretty good on the road. 6-3-1 in their last 10. They won their last game. Pens, Avs. Gonna be a good game. Afternoon matchup too. Who do you guys like here?
I like the Pens in this one, just because they've just been hot lately, and the Avalanche seem like they struggle to score some goals at times, and especially with Tristan Jarry in net. I'm assuming he's gonna be in net for that. It's gonna be a huge game, and the goal is you might as well keep the puck if you score on Tristan Jarry at this point. And I just like how that trade deadline for the Penguins definitely beefed them up just to play these type of teams, because Avalanche are fast, so you just got to match their speed, and just all about the neutral zone play in the whole entire game. That's going to win or lose your game. So I think the Pens are a really good match for them, and I think they'll pull it out for sure, because they're a good road team.
Snipsky, what are you thinking?
Yeah,
here?
no, I agree on this one. Both teams haven't seen each other yet. I think that the Pens obviously have better goaltending, but they when the East and West first see each other, it's the East plays a different game. The West plays more of an open game. I think the Pens are going to play it tight, and they're going to feel it's going to kind of an under type of game where it's probably 3-2. So yeah, I'm going with Bob. I'm taking the Pens.
Yeah, I know you guys highlighted Tristan Jarry and how well he's been this year, but Darcy Kemper, dude,
yeah,
he's been the best goalie I'd say in the past month. I've just seen him.
Yeah, you're right.
I've watched a bit of the Avs lately. In every game, dude, Kemper is just rock solid in net. I can't bet against Darcy Kemper, and I can't bet against the Avs at home here. So I'm gonna roll with the Avs. I think it's gonna be a very tight game, like you said. I'm saying 3-2 Avs in overtime. Give me the Avs. Just Darcy Kemper, man, brick wall in net. Pittsburgh, like you said, they did beef up at the trade deadline, got some weapons, but I don't know. Darcy Kemper just looks solid as can be lately. I'm going to go with the Avs here.
It looks like McKinnon's day to day.
He's back, confirmed.
Yeah, he's back, confirmed, yeah. And then, the Darcy Kemper thing, so the Avs upgraded so much when they got rid of Grubauer and ended up getting Kemper. That was, such a steal, dude.
Yeah, people didn't realize that. They were kind of like, what are they doing there making that move? And it's like, dude, Kemper is nails.
But imagine if they had Bauer and Kemper, though, revolving door.
I know Grubauer is on Seattle now, and they're not great, but he's having a tough year.
He got the bag.
He's having a tough year.
He got the bag from them, I think.
Yeah, he's chilling.
He's a big chill.
He's a good goaltender. He just got put in a crap situation. So
he put himself there, technically.
So another Saturday night matchup. It's a big tilt. It's the Minnesota Wild, who we talked about earlier. They've been red hot. They're going to Carolina to face on the Canes. Carolina, 45-15-8 on the year, 25-5-4 at home. 4-3-3 in their last 10. They won their last game. Minnesota, they're heating up lately. They're 41-20-5 on the year, 17-13-3 on the road, 7-1-2 in their last 10. Big tilt here. Probably game of the week. Minnesota Wild and the Carolina Hurricanes. Who do you guys like here?
You can go first, man.
Yeah, so I'm liking the Canes. I mean, depending on who's net, I don't think it really matters who's in net. Both real solid goaltenders, like Fleury in net. It doesn't matter. I think first tilt Wild won like a tight 1 3-2. So I think the Canes remember that one and they're gonna come out, and I think it won't be that close, honestly, but we'll see. They're at home. Like Canes are at home too, 25-4 at home.
Yeah, they're nails at home too.
Yeah, and the Wild aren't that great on the road, so
I like Steady Freddy.
Steady Freddy.
Steady Freddy. He's steady. Yeah, so Frederick Anderson in net. I love the way he's been playing lately. He's just been an absolute wall in net. And I'm a huge Canes guy. I've been big on the Canes all year. I'm going to take them on this one. I know like the Wild have been playing really well. Both teams are like really hot going into this matchup. It's going to be an absolute dogfight. Definitely going to be an under. Especially it's going to be Flower versus Steady Freddy. And
it should be.
It should be, yeah. That'd be an electric game. I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to sit at home and watch it.
If I'm the Wild, I'm like, Fleury's my guy. Like, he's got to start.
Yeah. Cam Talbot showed that he's been showing some improvement ever since he like was in a little slump. But if I was Dean Evanson, I'd be like, we got to go Flower here.
Or it's Guerin, but he's the one I got him. You got to play him.
Yeah, either or.
Yeah, this is another tough game on betting wise. You know, it's a tough one. We talked about them earlier. The Wild, man, they've been red hot. They've been like the NHL's best team as of late. I got to roll with the Wild, especially if they throw Fleury in net. But like you said, I really don't think it matters Fleury Tal, but they've both been lights out. Canes are definitely a tough team to beat at home. Steady Freddy. It's going to be another tight, low-scoring game, I think. Again, I think like a 3-2, maybe in overtime. But I'm going to go with the Wild here. I just like how they're playing lately. They're clicking. Canes have been well. They looked a little shaky last game defensively. I know they're the number one team in goals against this year. I just like the Wild. I think they've been rolling. I think the Wild get an impressive win in Carolina.
Yeah, Ronta and Ned, like they all just cancel each other out, like in that.
Yeah, Ronta's showed some good promise in the crease this year too. So like those are two nice little 1-2 punches going up against each other.
So the last game we're going to highlight on Saturday. It's a late night game. Once again, it's the St. Louis Blues. This time they're traveling to Calgary to take on the Flames. Flames are 40-18-9 this year, 21-7-7 at home, 5-3-2 in their last 10. They've lost 2 in a row. St. Louis, we talked about them earlier. They've been playing pretty well lately. Tough. They're on a back-to-back. Got to head to Calgary. Who do you guys like here?
You already got your guy? Or?
Oh, yeah. No, Flames all day. Both games have gone over, easy overs. Blues got the last one, and you know the Flames probably holding a grudge.
Yeah, like who was that against? That was a couple weeks ago or last week. The Flames were facing someone that they just lost to, and they pumped them.
Yeah.
I think it was the Nucks.
Oh yeah. No, they're too good. Like the Blues, like I said earlier, they play bully ball, but like the Flames are like built differently than like an Oilers team, where you know what I mean. Like they're so deep. They have a third, fourth line that can score. Their D is solid. The Markstrom in net, but yeah, no, I'm taking Flames. Flames are holding a grudge. It might be tight still, but they're gonna finish.
Yeah, I like the Flames here too. I don't think the Blues are gonna finish strong this year. I just don't really see it.
I think they're sinking right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna finish strong. And
they really didn't make any moves at the deadline either.
Yeah. They got Nick Leddy. That was it.
He's aging.
Yeah,
he's
aging.
On the back nine.
I love Nick Leddy.
Good veteran, great locker room guy. He's a good guy to have, but it's like that's not gonna really make.
He's not the type of D-man you're trying to like get at a trade deadline, like unless you have like really sturdy guys.
We got Parayko.
Yeah, I like Parayko.
Torrey Krug.
But like you also
Justin Falk.
Yeah, you already have a Justin Falk who's kind of the same guy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I don't know. I just don't like the way where they're going. Their trajectory's not going in the direction where I think they're going to go in and beat a Flames team in Calgary. I don't see it happening.
I just like how they're coached by Berube, and he's a hard-nosed guy. He's calling his guys out in the locker room, this, that, and the other. Like, he's up his guys' asses. That's why I don't think they're going to flop totally. I think they're going to win some games at the end of the year, but...
Yeah, two well-coached teams. You got Daryl Sutter on the other bench, barking at him, and on the Flames side. So, yeah, it's going to be a well-fought. I think it's going to be a well-fought battle, but I think the Flames are going to prevail.
Flames at home.
They're going to prevail.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with the boys here. It's a consensus.
Consensus.
It's a consensus.
I was waiting for our first consensus. I was kind of getting worried, boys.
We haven't had one all night. This is it. This is the consensus. I'm rolling with the Flames here. It seems easy to me. I'm not going to get cute here. It's a tough spot for the Blues playing back-to-back. They got Edmonton on Friday, and then they got to go play Calgary, two good teams, two solid teams. I think that's going to take a lot out of them with the travel, with battling against Edmonton on Friday. And then Flames at home, like you guys said. Like, Flames at home, they're rolling. They've lost 2 in a row, too. So, Daryl Sutter's going to be up their ass and be like, boys, we got to bounce back here. Can't lose 3 in a row at this point in the year. With playoffs right around the corner, you lose 3 in a row in a series, it's over.
Yep.
Right? You can't be losing back-to-back to games like that. Mm-hmm. So I think it's easy. I think it's a bounce back for the Flames. Give me the Flames. It's a consensus for the boys. Let's go.
Ring the bell.
Ring it. All right. Last game we're going to highlight. It's a Sunday night game. It's once again the Minnesota Wild, but this time they're facing off against the Washington Caps in D.C. Caps, they're currently wild card 2. They're 37-21-10 on the year, 16-14-5 at home, 6-3-1 their last 10. They lost their last game. Minnesota, we talked about them earlier, how well they've been playing, but tough. They're on a back-to-back. Who do you guys like, Minnesota or the Caps?
All right, go then.
You say who was on a back-to-back?
Minnesota. They got Carolina on Saturday and then Washington on Sunday.
Ooh. All right, yeah, no, that's... But the Caps are struggling big time. I want to take the Wild. I'm gonna go with the Caps. I'm taking it. I'm going with the Caps. I'm so torn on this one because the Caps are struggling hard. But this is gonna be my one risky one. I'm gonna take the Caps to grind it out, even though they're not great at home. The Wild are all right on the road. I'm just going to go on a limb on this one. I'm going to take the Caps.
I think the Wild are going to take a loss. And who are they playing before?
They got Carolina on Saturday.
Yeah, so I think they're going to lose to Carolina, and they're going to go into and they're going to be like pretty pissed off about that loss, and they're going to go in and they're going to pump the Capitals.
So you're going Wild?
Yeah, I'm going Wild.
Wild, all right. Yeah, tough one again. Everything's telling me Wild here. I think it's too obvious. I'm going to go Caps. Yeah. I think Caps need this one.
They definitely need wins, but I don't think they're going to beat the Wild.
It's definitely a tall order to beat Minnesota, who's been playing so well. But, yeah, just for some reason, I'm going to go Caps. It's a gut feeling.
Yeah,
Trust your gut.
Too.
Give me the Caps. They need this one. And I hate teams on a back-to-back. It just seems like they're almost at a disadvantage. So, yeah, Minnesota, they got Carolina. That's going to be a dogfight on Saturday night. And then they got to go play the Caps, who are no slouches either. I think the Caps catch the Wild off guard here, and they get a dub.
I think the Wild could beat the Canes on Sunday and be hungover. Like, not hungover, but literally like have process, That's what I was thinking. I'm like, honestly, it's too obvious here. And I'm like thinking the Wild could beat the Canes by a goal and then be all like hungover, like not actually hungover, but like winning hungover, and then just sleep against the Caps.
That's my thought process. I picked Wild on Saturday, so I think they get that dub, and then they're just a bit, not necessarily hungover, but they just are sleeping a little bit here. So I'm gonna go Caps. So those are our 5 picks for this week. Tail them, fade them, do what you want. We've all been pretty solid this year. So I'm going to leave that up to you, the listeners. Also, be sure to check us out on our social media for our official Professor of Pucks picks. That's where we all kind of come together with one nightly pick for you guys. Those have been pretty solid too. So do what you want with the picks. You can tail us. You can fade us. We don't care.
We really don't care.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make you some money.
There's a lot of people on Twitter that are just absolutely coming after us on like the whole gambling Twitter sphere. We don't give a shit. We're literally just we're just a local hockey podcast just making gambling picks. And we like to poke fun at people. If you're too sensitive, just don't Just
If
don't.
you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, there's people like threatening us over Twitter over like just like
it's comedy. Though. I
Over
love
and
it.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The amount of Twitter beefs I've got in over the past like week or so, I'd live for that stuff. So if you're gonna come at us, you best not miss, dude. Because I'm coming right back. At
yeah,
you.
yeah.
J Bud's burner's coming at you.
Yeah,
we got the war coming.
Don't make J Butts break out the burner account. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I mean,
it's all fun and games.
it's gambling, dude. We're not sharps. We don't have like a system that like has percentages. It's really just our hockey knowledge, our gut feelings.
Yep.
We're three hockey brains. We come together. We're trying to put some money in your pocket. We're not forcing you to take these picks. So don't get mad and don't come at us if they lose, because this is what I've seen. We give out a losing pick. People are like, oh, dude, what the hell, dude? Like, what was that? And then we win and it's crickets. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, and then if you're gonna pick and choose when to follow us and it's a loser, it's like, all right, like then it's like tail us all the time then, because our record's winning. And the long term we've been winning. It just is what it is. I think it's funny how upset people get about it.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah. I was. Yeah, we
It's like I'm taking these picks too. We're taking these picks. Like we're not just like throwing out darts. Like we're putting in the time. We're putting in the effort. We're doing the research. We're putting our own money on it. So do what you want.
Yeah, like there's one guy that like his name's Rico Robot. Shout out Rico.
Rico.
And
Rico.
Yeah, he like made a pick. I forget what the pick was, like the Lightning like over or something like that. And he tagged us in his tweet with like whoever we had beef with and whatever, because we're all like kind of just like collabing picks or whatever. And then like on the way inside here, dude, I look at my phone, I get my phone buzz, it's from Twitter, and some kid that's just like part of like the army that was against us last night goes, oh, fuck that podcast. and dude, I was laughing so hard.
Nasty.
I was like, that kid really went out of his way just to like smear our like pod. That's hilarious. But all publicity is good publicity, I guess.
Yeah, at this point,
I'm coming
we
at
need it. We'll take it.
All right. So before we sign off today, Bob wants to educate us with his fun fact of the day.
When I read this earlier, it like pissed me off because of like just like it's so nuts. Like people are gonna hear this, be like, oh yeah, that's tough. So the average person will spend 6 months of their life waiting for red lights to turn green.
Oh my god,
dude! 6 months of your life gone just because you're sitting at a red light waiting for it to turn green. Isn't that fucked?
I feel like Quincy too has some brutal red lights, and people know what they are. Like you're sitting at that red light, and you're like, dude, this thing like takes like 10 minutes for it to change.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's green for 2 seconds and red again. Like one car gets through the intersection. You're like, what the hell, dude?
You can go then.
Driving through Boston, dude. That's
yeah.
the one. Like,
Dude, I get anxiety every time I have to drive to Boston. But
It
I don't know
sucks.
how you drive in the city every day. That's
It blows.
absurd.
I lose my mind. I literally just lose my fucking mind.
dude, if you have to be at work at like 8:00
Oh, you're all done.
in Boston or something, dude, like you might as well like not even drive.
Yeah.
You might as well like get on the train or something. That's a joke. Like,
Yeah.
And people know massholes. We're just like wicked aggressive drivers too. So like everyone's just like pissed at you, honking horns,
swearing,
flipping the bird. You're like,
dude.
what the
Yeah.
Dude, the other morning when it was snowing, I almost got in like 8 different accidents.
Oh, dude, yeah. And then like the second it rains or snows, people forget how to drive, dude. They're driving like absolute morons.
Oh,
out
dude,
there. I'm like,
raining.
Fucking joke.
Raining might be worse because like people are just like don't know how to use their windshield wipers. They put them on like once every 5 minutes. It's like, yo, turn that shit up, dude. Like let's go. You can see, dude.
Yeah, you got someone just like ripping like 40 in the left lane. You're like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like on the highway. I'm like, come on, dude. Like,
Yeah.
get out of the way, dude.
There was one time I was driving in Woburn. This is when I used to work at an ambulance company. I was driving down this one, I forget the name of the street, but it's like kind of a busy street going into like one of the strip malls down in like Woburn. Dude, one of the lights like broke and it was stuck on red. And I was like probably the 5th car in line, and like it's a busy street, so there's like probably 30 cars behind me. And I'm just like, all right, this is a long ass light, dude. 10 minutes, I'm not even kidding, 10 minutes goes by. I'm like, yo, like what the people are beeping, screaming,
It's
like
what do you
it
want
was
me to
my
do?
fault.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck this. And I like backed up, and like I had a backup camera, like was like this close to the car behind me, and I just whipped it out, and I was like, and I just like prayed to God no one was coming the other way, and I just fucking like whipped out, and everyone was like screaming at me, like why? Because I made the right move or whatever, dude.
Someone had to.
Kids in the biggest like car or whatever truck ambulance just fucking busting by people. You should have just thrown the fucking lights on, said emergency, bang.
No, I don't even know how to do that, dude. It was so funny. So I was driving through Boston. You know what Boston near and I is like near like Northeastern and stuff. Yeah, it's like Huntington Ave or something.
Oh, yo, no, I service that place, the lab coats.
Yeah, so that place is a nightmare, bro. That's where the green line and everything's going through, dude. I'm driving this ambulance and they have like a thing called a preset. So if you like honk the horn, all the like the bells and whistles go off, dude, and it's like wicked loud, like all this shit, dude. I didn't know that. That's when I first started working at the company I was at. I was like, this is probably like a year and a half ago, dude. I'm sitting there, and you know a bunch of people don't know how to drive in Boston. So close to like absolutely just sideswiping the ambulance I'm in, dude. I slam on the fucking horn. All the bells and whistles go off, like woo, 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 all this stuff, like lights go off, like all this shit, dude. Mad traffic, like 5 o'clock, a wicked amount of traffic, dude. And then like everyone just starts to get out of my way and shit. I'm like, I am so sorry, I don't know how to turn this off, dude. I didn't even know how to turn it off, dude. I was
do that
freaking
all
out
the time.
because the thing is, it's against the law, dude. If you just like have the lights on and like they find out like you caught whatever, just somehow like they like pull you over and like question you and they're like, oh, you're going to emergency, like nah, they can get in trouble for that. And I was like freaking out, dude. I'm like slamming buttons, dude. There's a whole panel in front of me. I'm just like fucking like high-fiving buttons. Finally figured it out though, but yeah, that was an absolute sweat. That shit was crazy.
Damn, so 6 months of your life wasted sitting at red lights.
Yeah, dude. When I read that, I just like had like I already had anxiety.
That's shady.
Not to mention waiting in lines too. That's gotta be years.
Oh yeah, that's gotta be.
I already had anxiety this morning from just being wicked hungover from last night, and I read that I was like, oh my god, I gotta think about that now. I was like, what the fuck?
I got a live update on the St. Louis Edmonton game that we picked.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, 1-0 Oilers.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm down right now.
Vinny's down bad.
Yeah, you know how it is. They score first and then fire lit up underneath the Blues' ass, hopefully.
And the Red Wings and Senators are tied 1-1 going into the third. So we got to sweat that out, boys.
Oh, that's a sweat. That's the biggest sweat tonight. I think we picked a sweat.
Oh, of course we did.
Yeah, I feel like
we know. Oh, dude, the Islanders up 3-0 on the Rags.
That's kind of a lock underdog right there, too.
Yeah, we got to catch those games. So I think that just about wraps it up for today. As always, we would like to thank our producer, Hedge Better Industries. They continue to revolutionize the sports betting industry. So if you haven't already, you got to go check them out over at www.hedgebetter.com. That's www.hedgebetter.com. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to the High Slot Podcast. Be sure to go check us out on Twitter and Instagram at High Slot Podcast. Swing us a follow, and you'll see more daily hockey content. So, I think that's about it. So we want to thank you, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye, everyone.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Peace.